We're standing in an incredible section of this statehood story.
The history of our state's origins can be seen on these walls.
Everyone who has lived in the state is part of our story, and highlighting these stories that people don't know, stories like Black suffrage, is core to our mission at History Colorado.
It's a tale that historian Catherine Mercer is happy to tell.
We had 5 tries over nearly 17 years, and the exhibition dives into each one of those tries and why each one failed, and then why the one in 1876 succeeded.
Mercer is an exhibition developer for History Colorado that's revealing a story that not too many people know.
We are looking at 4 portraits of Black businessmen in the Denver community who came together to fight for Black suffrage and collected signatures for a petition, 137 signatures, that was sent to Congress that helped to delay statehood in 1865 and 1866.
38th Star, Colorado Becomes the Centennial State, is an exhibition that shows how questions of voting rights, politics, and power prevented multiple statehood bids before Colorado becoming a state in 1876.
One of the main reasons why we did not become a state in 1865 is because of a group of Black men who lobbied for Black suffrage and ended up getting a pause on that attempt at statehood.
That year, the Colorado Territory proposed a state constitution that added the word white to voting requirements that took away voting rights for Black men.
And so when the word white was put in the Constitution, these Black community leaders said, hold on, wait a second, we deserve the right to vote. We cannot allow statehood to advance if we don't have this right of suffrage.
That prompted Black businessmen and community leaders William Jefferson Hardin, Henry Wagner, Edward Sanderlin, and Barney Ford to act.
And so these Black community leaders that we highlight in this exhibition came together, had a series of events and speaking across Denver, and they went around and they collected 137 signatures.
The petition was sent to Congress through Territorial Governor Alexander Cummings, who was a supporter of Black suffrage.
There are some members of Congress in 1865 and 1866 who get this petition written by these Black community members in Denver, and they say, hold up, we cannot vote on Colorado statehood until Black men have the right to vote in Colorado. We just fought the Civil War over this.
The Colorado statehood measure passed in a Republican-led Congress, but it was vetoed by President Andrew Johnson, who was a Democrat.
Colorado is also sort of a pawn in sort of this national story at the time. There's Republicans and there's Democrats. They're both vying for power in shaping this post-Civil War nation.
On the same day of the veto, Congress passed the Territorial Suffrage Act that granted all U.S. citizens the right to vote, regardless of race.
And so Black men in Colorado did get the right to vote. In 1867, even before Black men in states had the right to vote.
On August 1st, 1876, President Ulysses S. Grant signed the proclamation establishing Colorado as the nation's 38th state.
But when I was exploring the stories put in this exhibition, I felt like it was really important to bring to life these stories of people who fought for statehood or who fought against it for all these different reasons.
It's a story of Colorado that might not be well known, but for Catherine Mercer, it's part of our state's history she doesn't want you to forget.
But I also hope that people walk away with a sense of, individual people are making everyday decisions. They're going out on the streets, they're collecting signatures, they're enacting this larger change, and it starts with a single person.
In Denver, Byron Reed, 9 News.